Hey everybody, before we get started, this week we're going to do another Eshop gift card giveaway. All you have to do to enter is just comment down below and make sure to be subbed with the bell on, that way you don't miss the notification for the winners in the future. Now today we have some amazing deals to go through together, and every game on the list is at a new low price, or at least matching a previous low, and under $10. Hey everyone, I'm JP and welcome to Good Talk HQ. Here at the channel we cover Nintendo eShop deals weekly, and we try our best to get our hands on a few new games every month as well to highlight. If you're a fan of Nintendo, the Switch, or just a good deals video, please consider subbing down below to join our crew. We'd love to welcome you. And of course to the crew, welcome back my friends. As always, it's a pleasure to share these deals with you all, so thank you again as always. Alright, and with all that said, let's go ahead and get started. Stay safe out there and please enjoy the video. Alright, we'll start today with a fan favorite, Children of Morta, which is an isometric action RPG with a download around 2.4 gigs and a main story that will last about 15 to 20 hours to wrap up. Now the game centers around a family that has to come together to fight off an encroaching darkness, and it lets players explore as several different family members, each with different moves or skill sets, many of which have to be unlocked to use. Now the game is definitely on the tougher side, so keep that in mind, but if you're interested right now you can pick it up for just $5.49, marked down 75% and matching a previous low until the 18th. Puyo Tetris is a mashup of two great puzzle games into one package, and it offers both local and online competitive multiplayer for up to 4 people as well in either mode. Of course, the multiplayer is definitely the highlight here, but there are a ton of game modes for solo as well, and the servers have always been stable when our crew tries to play together. If you're looking for a fun party-style puzzle game for less than $10, be sure to check this one out. It's on sale for just $5.99, which is a brand new low, and the deal ends on the 16th. Remothered Tormented Fathers is a single-player survival horror game with a download around 3.6 gigs, and it offers a main story that should last about 5 to 7 hours to finish up. In this one we play as a young investigator sent to uncover the secrets of what happened to this little girl. The atmosphere is spooky, the sound design is amazing, and this is certainly one of the more scary games in the genre. Now the puzzles can be a bit overcomplicated at times, so keep that in mind, but if you're interested in this one, right now it's on sale for just $5.99, which is a new low, marked down 80% until the 16th. Wolfenstein II: The New Colossus is a single-player FPS here on the Switch with a hefty download around 22 gigs, so it will require an SD card to install. Now it does offer nearly 20 hours of main story gameplay though, with amazing graphics, fun gameplay mechanics, and that heavy storyline. It's a story that poses the question as to what the world might be like if history had played out a little differently. Now the game is bloody and brutal, and right now you can pick it up for just $5.99, marked down 85% to a new low, and the sale ends again on the 16th. Slipstream is a multiplayer racer with a retro-inspired look and sound, and it has a small download just under 360 megabytes. Now the game has local co-op for up to 4 players and offers plenty of variety and replayability to justify the price. You have races from all over the world, a couple of cool mechanics that you can use including the slipstream and rewind abilities, plus the game runs great on the Switch as well. If you like retro racers, be sure to check this one out before the sale ends again on the 16th. Right now it's marked down 35% to a new low of just $6.49, again until the 16th. Next we have Stubbs the Zombie and Rebel Without a Pulse. This is a fun action-adventure title that offers 2-player local co-op, a funny story that should last about 9 to 10 hours to wrap up, and it requires 4 gigs of free space for the download. Now in this one we play as a zombie that's come back from the dead and is on a mission for revenge. We get to terrorize the city of Punch Bowl as we build up a cool arsenal of zombie-like weapons such as the gut grenade or the unholy flatulence. It's a pretty wild game, and right now it's on sale for just $6.79 with a 66% discount, matching a previous low until the 16th. Fight and Rage is a side-scrolling beat-em-up with local co-op for up to 3 people, and it has a download around 450 megabytes. Now this one offers more than 24 hours of gameplay on average, but just like with most beat-em-ups, there's a ton of replay value as well. The game also has a cool combo system with tons of unlockables and an extreme challenge mode for the most hardcore of gamers. On top of that, there's also multiple endings based on how you play throughout the game, and in addition to the co-op, it even has PvP options as well. If you're interested in this one, make sure to pick it up before the sale ends on the 16th. Right now it's marked down 65% and matching a previous low of just $6.99. Unruly Heroes is a 2D platform fighter that offers both local and online co-op for up to 4 players. It has a download around 4.5 gigs and offers nearly 15 hours of gameplay on average. Now the story was inspired by a famous novel called Journey to the West, and it features gorgeous art and animations, multiple playable characters, puzzle solving, and of course good old fighting. In addition to the co-op, you also can challenge your friends in player versus player action as well, and that option is available both locally and online. Right now, Unruly Heroes is just $6.99, marked down 65% to a new low, and again the sale ends on the 16th. Anuchard is a single-player top-down adventure title with a download around 1.1 gigs, and it offers about 10 hours of gameplay on average. Now in this one, again, we play as a young protagonist labeled as the Chosen One on a mission to save her land after most of it has been wiped out. The game has a really fun combat system and it controls really well, plus the puzzles are creative and the story is good enough to keep you interested throughout. Right now you can pick up Anuchard for just $7.49, marked down half price to a new low, and the sale ends again on the 16th. The Blaster Master series is really worth checking out. All 3 games are fantastic, and right now Part 3 is at a new low price and finally under $10. Now with Part 3, it offers roughly 10 to 12 hours of gameplay with a small download just under 200 megabytes. All of these games have 2 very different sections to them. One will be a side view where you pilot a spaceship and do some platforming, where the other is a top-down shooter, and it's just a cool formula. Again, like I said, all 3 are on sale, but if you're interested in Part 3, it's just $7.49, marked down half price, bringing it to a new low, and again, the sale ends on the 16th. Next we have Ori and the Blind Forest, which is one of the most gorgeous games here on the Switch and may have one of the best soundtracks of all time. It's an amazing action platformer with a download around 3.5 gigs, and it offers a story that should last roughly 10 to 15 hours to wrap up. With that said though, the story is pretty emotional and will see players having to save the forest from an evil darkness that's seeping in. If you still haven't played this one, now is the time to jump in. It's at a brand new low of just $7.49, marked down 63% until the 16th. If you have played it but not Part 2, that is also on sale for just $7.49. Trigger Witch is a fun twin-stick shooter that offers local co-op for 2 players and a main story that should last roughly 8 to 10 hours to finish up, with a download around 1.2 gigs. Now the game blends modern twin-stick shooting with classic retro action-adventure for a game that sort of feels like Enter the Gungeon mixed with A Link to the Past. There are weapon and item upgrades defined, a massive open world to explore, and you know I enjoy a good boss battle, and they can get pretty hectic at times. Right now it's on sale for just $7.49, marked down half price to a new low, and the sale ends again on the 16th. Shady Part of Me is a single-player puzzle platformer with a download around 2.8 gigs, and it offers about 6 hours of main story gameplay. Now the game has a really beautiful art style, and the story is pretty emotional as you play as a young girl on a fairy tale-like adventure accompanied by her shadow. What's really unique here is that you have to learn to work with your shadow to overcome puzzles or obstacles, and the game switches between 2D and 3D sections at times as well. It is a bit heavy on the story side, but if you're interested in Shady Part of Me, right now it's on sale for just $7.49, again half price until the 21st and a new low. Heroes of Hammerwatch, the Ultimate Edition, is a great top-down action RPG that offers both local and online co-op modes which support up to 4 players, and of course the solid single-player story mode as well. The maps are procedurally generated and offers unlimited replay value so long as you have some friends to hop into the game with. Plus, you keep your experience through each run, so you constantly get stronger, which will allow you to push a bit further into each run as well. You have 9 different classes to choose from, so just pick your favorite and hop in. Right now it's on sale with all the DLC and the new game plus for just $7.99, which is a new low until the 16th. The Messenger is another incredibly tough action platformer inspired by classic NES and SNES games. Now the unique feature here is the way the game shifts between 8 and 16-bit graphics, and it has incredible controls, and the combat and boss battles are all top-notch, and it does feature an all-original soundtrack that fits the game perfectly. Now the game has a download around 2 gigs and offers more than 10 hours of gameplay on average, making it a great value, and right now it's on sale for just $7.99, marked down 60% and matching a previous low, again until the 16th. Next we have Vagante, which is a multiplayer action platformer with a retro look and a small download just under 230 megabytes. Now the game again is incredibly difficult and will require teamwork when you get together with some friends, but it's a blast, especially since you can play with up to 4 people both locally or online. Again, with this one you have different classes, randomly generated maps, and of course those sweet boss battles that you know I love. If you're interested in Vagante, be sure to pick it up before the sale ends again on the 16th. Right now it's 45% off and a new low of just $8.24. Katana ZERO is a single-player action platformer with an amazing retro look and soundtrack that is perfect for the game as well. It has a download around 360 megabytes and should offer nearly 10 hours of gameplay on average. Now the game does have insta-death, so you really have to plan out your attacks, and even with proper planning, you'll need lightning quick reflexes at times as well. Luckily though, the game doesn't really penalize you for dying and you're back in the action in seconds. This is a ton of fun and again a hidden gem in my opinion. Right now it's on sale for just $8.99 with a discount of 40%, matching an all-time low, again until the 16th. New Super Lucky's Tale is a single-player 3D platformer that offers roughly 8 to 10 hours of story, and the download is just over 7.5 gigs. In this one, we're back following Lucky on his latest adventure through the Book of Ages, this time with a fun story and a variety of cool levels to make our way through. The game is also a collectathon as well, with interesting levels and engaging puzzles to solve along the way, plus the characters are cool as heck too. Right now you can pick up New Super Lucky's Tale for just $9.89, marked down 67% to a new low, again until the 16th. Next we have Andro Dunos Part 2, which is a single-player arcade shooter with a download around 400 megabytes, and even though the main story is only about an hour long, it does offer plenty of replay value due to the arcade nature of the game. Now this is a follow-up to a game that was released in the early 90s, and while I never played the original, I did enjoy this game for a bit when I picked it up at release. The music was a major highlight for me, and the game hits all the marks for fans of the genre. Right now it's on sale for just $9.99, which is a new low price, and half off until the 16th. Next up we have Boomerang X, which is a single-player arcade-style FPS with a 2 gig download and a story that should take players just a couple of hours to wrap up, but again it does have a ton of replay value. Now this is definitely a quick game with a focus on taking out enemies with your boomerang, which you can also use as a way to teleport around or to sneak behind your enemies to get a better shot on them. The controls are great, but they will take a little getting used to, and right now Boomerang X is back on sale, matching an all-time low of just $9.99, marked down half price, again until the 16th. Curse of the Dead Gods is a single-player roguelike dungeon crawler with a download around 4.2 gigs, and it offers more than 30 hours of gameplay on average. In this one, we're working our way through a cursed temple in search of gold, treasure, and divine power. Now this game is brutally tough, and each time you progress through to a level deeper into the temple, your curse that you're carrying around will get worse. Now as far as combat or controls, they're top tier, and right now you can pick up Curse of the Dead Gods for just $9.99, again marked down half price, this time into the 21st. Next we have Death's Door, which is a single-player adventure game with a download around 2.7 gigs and a story that should last roughly 8 to 10 hours to wrap up. Now the atmosphere and music are top tier with this game, and the boss battles are unique and challenging. The combat is amazing, allowing you to blend magic with melee weapons, plus the level design is another highlight. It's a tough game for sure, but if you're up for the challenge, it's on sale for just $9.99, marked down half price and matching an all-time low until the 16th. Hey everyone, if you're enjoying the video, consider leaving a like for us, it really will help. And if you would like to hang out with us during our podcast, you can visit us at In The Mix Gaming here on YouTube. I'll have the link down below. We'd love to hang out live with you all. Dreamscaper is a tough-as-nails single-player roguelike here on the Switch. It offers more than a dozen hours of gameplay and comes in with a download around 5 gigs. The game offers a unique day and night cycle that alters the gameplay mechanics drastically and features a wildly fast acrobatic combat system. A truly deep story that sticks with you for a while, and while it is tough, you'll get the hang of it and it is rewarding as well. If you're interested in Dreamscaper, be sure to grab it up before the sale ends on the 16th. Right now it's just $9.99, again a new low. Ganryu 2 is a retro-inspired single-player 2D action platformer with a download just under 700 megabytes, and it offers maybe 5 hours of gameplay, although it is pretty difficult, so keep that in mind. Now this is a sequel to a game that was released back in the late 90s and follows the main protagonist on his quest to overcome an old enemy. The hack and slash nature of the combat is fun, but again this is incredibly difficult, like that old school retro difficulty. If you're up for it though, right now you can pick it up at a new low of just $9.99, bringing it down half price, and the sale ends again on the 16th. Next we have Kaze and the Wild Masks, which is a gorgeous single-player platform adventure title with a download around 1 gig and a story that should last roughly 7 to 8 hours to wrap up. Now the game looks and feels like the classic platformers from the 90s and features more than 80 levels including the bonus stages, plus it has a cool mask mechanic that allows you to use different abilities as you progress through. This is definitely a top tier game, and right now it's on sale for just $9.99, marked down 67% and matching an all-time low until the 16th. Mighty Goose is a run and gun shooter for 1 or 2 players in local co-op, and the game has a download around 270 megabytes. Now the main campaign isn't too long, only lasting maybe a couple of hours, but again with this one there's a ton of replayability, so that shouldn't be an issue. Now with this one you have your main weapon, your secondary weapon, battle vehicles, and you can even find and collect different sidekick type companions to battle with you during the different missions. The art and sound design are once again top quality, and if you're interested in Mighty Goose, be sure to pick it up before the sale ends on February 2nd. Right now it's just $9.99, marked down half price. MLB The Show 22 is the latest and most realistic AAA baseball game we have here on the Switch. It's a surprisingly good port too that runs well enough to have a good time here on the console, and while the graphical downgrade is impossible to miss, the gameplay itself is still intact. What they've done to get it working is seemingly zoomed in a slight bit, so if you play on other consoles that's something you'll probably notice, but it does have crossplay, online, and local multiplayer, and right now it's on sale for just $9.99, marked down 83% and matching an all-time low until the 16th. Now the game does have a 20 gig download, so you will need an SD card, keep that in mind as well. Tales of Iron is a single-player action RPG with a download around 1.7 gigs, and it offers about 10 hours of gameplay on average. Now the story is engaging and really entertaining, the combat is fun and surprisingly in-depth, and requires a bit of strategy. In addition, the game has a complex crafting system as well, and fans of tough Souls-like combat games will feel right at home with this one. Right now it's on sale for just $9.99, marked down 60% until January 16th, matching an all-time low. Wytchwood is a single-player top-down adventure sim hybrid with a download just under 4 gigs and a main story that should last about 10 hours or so on average. Now the game again has a deep crafting system with a unique art style, plus the story pulls you in right away. As you set out to explore, the game does a great job of getting you acclimated to all the different systems in place, and there are a ton of cool things that you can craft as well. On top of that, the game has a phenomenal soundtrack, and right now it's on sale at a new low price of just $9.99, marked down half price until the 16th. Alright everybody, here are a few other games to check out while you're already on the eShop.
Good Talk HQ, we the team that's the bestest. The skill's so high that you ain't gotta stress this. Collective, ain't nobody messing with us or stepping to us, or else we addressing the breast. Good Talk HQ, we the team that's the bestest. The skill's so high that you ain't gotta stress this. Collective, ain't nobody messing with us or stepping to us, or else we addressing the breast. And we some kart racing maniacs, Wario on the track, on the bike. But why they hating? No, they hating from the back. Get it exact with this rap hardcore to the fullest. If you follow behind, Bill help you with the bullet. JP on the scene, stay carrying the team. Lando stay sniping with the triple green beam. What you mean we the team, keep it cold like Freon. I'm frigid with the flow with my approach like Xeon. We got Triforce Hunter with the protege Halo. If the blue shell come in first place, better lay low. I say though, Aurora on the team looking clean. We supreme with the skills. If you race us, it's a dream. All you seeing is some dust when the tires kick it up. That's what's up, trying to figure how you lost so abrupt. Tally up all the wins we secure in the circuit. Anybody step to us, I guarantee it ain't worth it. Good Talk HQ, we the team that's the bestest. The skill's so high that you ain't gotta stress this. Collective, ain't nobody messing with us or stepping to us, or else we addressing the breast. Good Talk HQ, we the team that's the bestest. The skill's so high.
Alright everybody, thank you all so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. If you enjoyed the video or you like the Switch, we have plenty more content on the channel. Feel free to check it out.
That's all for today's list. We hope you liked the video. If you did, consider subscribing and liking down below. Okay, bye!